Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2023 Top 37 countdown. It's place number 4. It's the United Kingdom, Mae Muller, I Wrote a Song. Please do click the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. As always, the music video is linked to in the description and you'll also find a link to my blog post on my website there as well. So I find myself in the somewhat extraordinary position of videoing this entry for the host country, which also happens to be the home country of the United Kingdom. Of course, it wasn't a win that the UK had last year, but the remarkable second place that Sam Ryder got meant that it has fallen to the UK to host on Ukraine's behalf. They were asked if they had the first choice of if they wanted to host, and of course the BBC and so many other organisations and individuals have risen to that challenge. In terms of the contest then, it means that sort of Mae Muller perhaps has very big shoes to fill, both in following the jury-winning Sam Ryder and as the host entry. So, she wrote a song. The BBC stuck to the very successful partnership with music management company TAP that had brought us Sam Ryder and Spaceman. The speculation on social media, as ever, kind of rose to fever pitch over kind of through January, February, and predictably got quite out of hand. All sorts of names being bandied around, then people getting very cross when when it wasn't the one that they wanted, etc., etc. It was a little bit. I had to go on another kind of muting and blocking spree at the time, as I recall. But finally, we did get it was revealed that it was Mae Muller and I Wrote a Song. Mae, of course, is not new to the music industry by any means. She's been around a few years. She had a successful single in 2021 with Better Days. She also, 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, in 2007, she appeared as a 10-year-old in Mika's music video for Grace Kelly. So a bit of a Eurovision connection there, of course, with Mika presenting Eurovision last year. She is a co-writer of I Wrote a Song, which perhaps is quite a relief to hear, really, given the title of the track. But it's been done along with a couple of experienced writers and producers. It's an up-tempo, very contemporary dance pop track, all about empowerment and overcoming negative emotions, all those things that she would like to have done to this person that had cheated on her, but she wasn't going to, because instead she wrote a song and went out with her girls and had a lot of fun, and a lot of fun with the fans too. Now, of course, I am going to be a little biased here, but this is genuinely a really fun and enjoyable song that I think really represents modern British pop music. So many comments, I think, have been made that this feels like something that you would hear on the charts, in the charts and on the radio, etc. And it has a real UK feel. So that Britishness is particularly on show in the spoken word bridge when you hear Mae's London accent really, really distinctly. Now, some people, almost all UK fans, I think, don't like that part so much, or some of them don't like that part so much. But I love it. I think it's really good. I think it makes the track stand out. And I think a lot of non-UK people seem to like it a lot more. And I think that shows that it really is, it's a British pop song. I think it's fun, it's super catchy, it's modern, it's representative, and it has a young, fun, sassy singer performing it. Now, as usual with UK representatives, Mae has been an amazing representative. She's a social media star. Her posts and interactions have been great. She's a lovely person. She's genuinely warm and friendly. When I met her at London Eurovision party, she really liked the t-shirt as well, which was always lovely to see. She's also shown herself to be an ally of trans people, and this is obviously something that when artists do support. Particularly the trans community, they can get called out for some awful nastiness on social media. So it's not something that they do lightly. She also has shock horror in the past, shown herself to have political views. Shock for a young lady to have political views. How awful. Yes, the feral right-wing media in the UK tried to whip up a storm against her. just because she happened to prefer one way of voting than another. But it proved a bit of a damp squib and didn't faze her a bit. They got through all that, ignored it really. So blew itself out, really. She seems to be having an absolute ball interacting with all the other artists, and she even, of course, got to meet the King and Queen at the kind of the official opening or reveal of the Eurovision stage just a few days ago from when I'm recording this. Now, predicting how the UK will do at Eurovision is risky business. Last year proved decisively, I hope, that they all hate us is just not true. What I will say is this is probably, I wrote a song that's probably not as jury friendly as Spaceman, but it's had a great reaction from fans. It's finished in the top 10 in the AGA fan poll, which is a poll of almost 5,000 OJ fans from across Europe and Australia and the rest of the world. It's also been in the top 10 in the Eurovision Scoreboard app. It's remained in the top 10 in the Eurovision Scoreboard app. That said, also she has done well in Euro jury. Obviously, she did well in the televote part of Euro jury, but she actually did well in the jury part of Euro jury. So perhaps there are more potential votes from juries than I would have perhaps expected. As host entry, UK have already drawn where they have drawn where they will be in the final. They don't get to choose their place because obviously there would be potential bias there, and they've drawn the 26th place, the final place. They're closing the show, and obviously that you would hope that the home crowd will raise the roof at that. And of course, at the moment, at the time of recording this, we are yet to see even any clue of first rehearsal. Haven't seen the staging or how the sound mix will go. But it's got some of the same team as last year, which they did that amazing staging for Sam Ryder and some of the concepts there. And the music video is a really good one. So I'm keeping hopes up there that it's going to be something worthwhile. And I'm sure, I mean, given that they are the home entry, the home and hostess entry, that you don't want it to be disappointing. So fingers crossed on that. All in all, though, I think this is a song that the UK can be proud of. It's had a really positive fan reaction. It's even had sort of good reviews from non-Eurovision music critics. And it's been the first UK Eurovision in a decade to debut inside the UK top 40 on its first release. Now, none of that guarantees a high-ranking result, but I think Mae and all the team have put the UK in a good position to keep that positive Eurovision momentum going. But do let me know what you think in the comments, and do join me as we head into the top 3. Take care.